Hey guys, Carl from Perfect Misplaced. Today we're going to be taking a preview look at a prototype copy of the upcoming game ROVE Jr. from designers Dustin, Dobson, and Milan, Zivkovic, and publisher Buttonshy Games. This is one of two sort of follow-ups to their previous game, ROVE, which is a sort of spatially based puzzle game where you're moving cards around on the table to make them fit certain patterns that are described in mission cards. This time there are two sort of new versions of that game coming out. This one, ROVE Jr., and another one, Aqua ROVE, that I will have a video for next week. But this one specifically, ROVE Jr., sort of takes the ROVE concept and makes it a little bit more simplistic with a sort of younger family or child focus in mind. Disclaimer, I was given a prototype copy of this game from the publisher for this video, but with that said, let's head down to the table to see how this one plays, and then I'll meet you back up here to let you know what I think. To set up a game of ROVE Jr., begin by placing out the 4 modules onto the table in a 2x2 grid. Now, the modules are double-sided. One side has an ability, the other side does not. You're playing with young players, or for a first time playing this game, you might start with the side without the abilities, but for this playthrough I will be using the ability side. So I'm simply going to shuffle these up a little bit and then place them out, as I said, in a 2x2 grid of these 4 cards. Next, taking the other remaining cards, there's the sort of mission side on one side and the ability, sort of movement ability cards on the other side, giving those a good shuffle. And then I will place the first mission up here in the top left, and I'm going to move those or spread those out across the screen as we play. Then finally, drawing up a hand of cards, and the number of cards you start with or the number of cards you have in your hand is going to be dependent on the difficulty level you're playing. For this playthrough, because standard is very easy, I will be playing on the sort of medium or hard mode. So I'm going to start with 4 of these cards, movement side up in my hand, and I will set the rest of these cards just down here in the bottom corner, and I will play from that as I play, and I will assume a discard spot sort of right here when I start discarding cards. So the object of ROVE Jr. is to complete 7 of these different missions by using the movement cards to move these cards around on the table to match the pattern shown on the current mission card. And each of these cards is simply going to show a variety of different colored symbols on them, anywhere from 1 to 2 to 4 symbols, and those are going to tell me which of the modules I can activate by playing that card. And when I play a card matching a module, I can move that colored card or that colored module in one direction orthogonally as far as I want to. Passing over other cards is fine, but I can never land on another card. But for example, if I wanted to move this green card, I could move it up here, I could move it over here, I could move it 1 space here or 1 space down. The other rule is that this grouping of cards must always remain connected together. So a diagonal connection like this is perfectly okay because they are still connected, but I couldn't, say for example, move that green card over here, leaving an empty space for something else to fill, because this is no longer attached to the rest of the modules in the ROVE. And since there is just a single ROVE, we don't want him breaking into smaller pieces. So again, I'm going to be playing cards from my hand up to the 4 cards that I have in my hand, moving these cards around, hoping to match the pattern showing on the current mission card. And in addition to using these cards, I'm also able to, once per the entire game, make use of the 4 different abilities printed on the cards. So the widget module will allow me to move an adjacent module to any valid position by flipping that card over. Servo will allow me to move its own module to any valid position. The brain will allow me to move another module to be adjacent to this module. And the gizmo will allow me to discard my entire hand and draw up back to a full hand. That might be the case if I have colors that don't match the things that I want to move, and I'm really not liking what I've got. Also, it says draw back up to a full hand. So if I'm ever down to 1 card, I can simply discard that card and draw up another 4 cards in this case, because in the difficult mode that I'm playing, or the hard mode, will be a 4-card hand. So I'm going to keep doing that. Every time I get a mission complete, I will add a new mission to my row, and then I will draw back up to my hand size of 4, in this case, on the difficulty level I'm playing. So looking here, I've already got 2 in a row here and 2 in a row here. So I need to put 1 at the end and 1 at the top. But if I look here, 1, 2, 3, all I really need to do is put this widget card here to match that. I've got lots of options. I might as well use the one that's more restrictive and keep the one that's freer. So I'm going to use that card to move the widget here, like that, because remember, we can only move it in one direction each play. And that means I do have to play this other card to move that down like that. And like that, I have made the pattern matching here. So that mission is done. This gets added to the end, and I draw back up to a hand of 4 cards. So then looking again, I need to have an L shape of 3 high and 1 over. So if I can put this green one here and this one over here, or vice versa, I don't want vice versa because this card can't go there because it'll be disconnected, in which case I'd have to move 1, 2, 3, 4 times to get there, whereas this gizmo could move up and over. So I need 3 movements. I need to move green twice and yellow once. The problem is I can't. So this is when I get to start moving other things. And I can first, I don't like it. Ah, yes, I do. If I have 2 greens, I do. Okay, I'm going to flip the brain, which says move another module to be adjacent to this one, which means yellow can come over here like that. And then I can discard this card to move green up here, and then this card to move green right there like that, completing our next mission. So adding to our little story of our rove up here. Sorry, rover. Drawing 2 more cards into my hand, like that. And now we've got this sort of staggered diagonals going, which right now could be this one and this one. Would mean I need to move green over here and move brain up. Oh, that's easy. Okay, then I will use this green to move that one here, like that. And then use the more restrictive one here to move brain all the way up to there. Whoops, brain's upside down. Sliding him up straight to that point. There is my diagonal path. Let me move these guys out of the way. And we add our next mission card like that. Drawing back up to my full hand. And all I need to do is squish this. So I got to move green and yellow or brain and servo. Yeah. Green and yellow or brain and servo, both of those will work because I've got a yellow and a thing, I've got a servo and a thing. Doesn't really matter which ones I do, so let's do more central. Playing a yellow to move here, playing a move anything to move this green here, and that is my lift. Now, we are out of cards, and when we're out of cards, without shuffling, we're simply going to take the discard deck and flip it over. Whoops, like that. Placing that back down here. Our next mission, the race, looks like that. Drawing back up to 4 cards. Then I can keep brain and servo or gizmo and widget. One of them has to slide over, either pink or green, has to slide over. And then either the top or the bottom has to move twice. So I need to do brain. Oh yeah, okay. I've got lots of options. So let's do this. Pink slides over, like that. Wait. No. Not yet. Brain first. Whoops. Brain moves over. Then brain moves down. Right? Because if I did it the other way, I would have taken more turns. Now pink moves over in a straight line like that. And there is my race completed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Our 6th mission is clean. Drawing back up to 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Down, down. So this goes over 1 and this goes over and down. Yeah, let me move all of that over so we have more down space. Use this yellow to move him there. And then this one just has to move down. Yeah, using that one, moving straight down like that. We build the pattern like this. And now our 7th and final mission, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7th mission. Flipping this one more time into the corner and drawing back up 4 cards. Then, I've already got a stack of 2 here. So I need 1 here and 1 up higher, which is going to take 3 moves, but I've got 4 cards and they're pretty flexible this time. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to play this to move pink to the top, sliding that down so we have more space. Like that. And then I'm going to play green to slide them over here. And then play 1 more green to slide that up to the top corner like that. And just like that, we matched our touch pattern. And with that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, we have successfully completed the game on the hard difficulty level. So while I'm down here, I do like to take a look at the components. This is a prototype copy, so the card quality is not what it will be in a normal button shy game, but that doesn't really matter because by this point I know what that quality is, and that quality is always very nice linen finish, very nice cards. I'm very happy pretty much all the time with the quality of the cards in a button shy game. So looking at the art design here, I am blown away. This cartoony look of this ROVE character, which I loved already in the original sort of watercolory kind of pastel look in the original ROVE game. This is amazing. The artwork in this may be my favorite ever in a button shy game. First off, the iconography is very clear, very easy to see the color differences, very easy to see the icon differences, very easy for a child to be able to understand what these cards are connected to. But more importantly, this tableau that's building across the screen, and even more importantly, the artwork on these cards. I'm going to go through a bunch so you can see, but these are amazing drawings. I want children's books with this artwork. I want to see the further adventures of ROVE Jr. Heck, I want an animated series. This looks amazing. I love this character. I love these cards. I love the way that this game looks. The colors are punchy. The drawings are super cute and really, really awesome. Just, it looks great. The other thing I do like to take a look at in button shy games are the wallet designs. I don't have the wallet because this is a prototype copy, but as normal, I'm going to throw the picture up here on the side of the screen. And I will say that, again, I really, really like this. The teal color is a nice color. There aren't a whole lot of button shy wallets in that color. This sort of bubble lettering of ROVE Jr., kind of almost balloony or like actual, soap bubbles, looks really, really cute. Just, I am loving the look of everything related to this game. Yay, 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 and more yay. So that's basically it for the components. Meet me back up top and I'll let you know what I think about the game itself. Welcome back. I hope you enjoyed the playthrough. I'm going to come right out up front for this one and just say, if you've seen my video on the original ROVE, you know exactly how much I loved that game. It's still to this day one of my absolute favorite button shy games, potentially even my favorite of all button shy games. So here we've got ROVE Jr., which is the ability for a younger audience to be able to come in and enjoy ROVE, because ROVE is absolutely a very crunchy, very thinky spatial puzzle that a younger child or a non-gamer gamer would maybe have some struggles with. So they've gone ahead and redesigned the game with a younger audience in mind. And for the most part, it's the same game. Now, there are only 4 modules instead of 6. So there's a smaller sort of thing that you're manipulating to make the shapes. And they've definitely dumbed down, I don't want to say dumb because that's weird, they've pared back the sort of movement ability or the way that movement works in this game, in that all of the modules move the same way. which is just orthogonally in one direction as far as it needs to go. Otherwise, all of the sort of adjacency and so on is exactly the same as it was in the previous game. All of the modules have abilities very similar to what they had in the base game, except that maybe slightly simpler to use or understand for, again, that younger audience. And more importantly, every time you complete a mission, rather than simply drawing one card, you're drawing back up to your full hand size, which means the hand size matters a lot more in this game. But more importantly, it means that you're basically refreshing every time you get a new mission, and it does get more challenging as you're trying to manipulate from one shape into another shape, but it does make the game quite a bit easier, which is sort of the point of this version of the game. But it does make it easier because you will have more cards available to you. It's not sort of a dwindling amount of cards because, again, you're refreshing back to full hand size every time. Now, granted, I'm not the audience for this game because I am a gamer. I did do really well with the original ROVE. I did really love the original ROVE. But I really appreciate what's being done here because now it means that my kids or my family's kids can get into games like this that I love so much and start to develop these sort of thinking processes and the strategies and the tactical decision-making skills needed to play bigger games as they grow up. And this is a great sort of entry into that kind of world of games. And I really, really continue to love this system. And I love how they've tweaked it to make the game easier. Now for me, even on the most difficult mode of the game where you only have 3-card hand, it's still quite easy. But as a quick sort of playthrough, if I'm playing this game with 3-card hand, it's still semi-challenging and it's still fun to play through. I wouldn't pick this over another ROVE, but if this is what I had on hand, I would absolutely sit down and play through a game or two of this just because it's fun to try and play with the puzzle, especially with that hand size of 3. And with a hand size of 5, a very young child should be able to play the game. And with that said, enough of this old guy talking about this game. I actually let my nephew Wyatt, who's just about to turn 9, have a hand or a go at playing this game quite a few times and let him try it out and see how he felt. And then I recorded his thoughts on the game as well. So let's go ahead and take a look at those and let him tell us how the game is for the actual core audience for this game. Okay, so Wyatt, you've played this game a bunch of times now. What do you think about it? Is it a good game?
Yeah, it's a great game. It's a great.
Okay, explain. Why is this such a great game?
Like there's like this little rover, and you have to make this shape out of widget, brain, gizmo, servo. And each time you play, you make a story. Uh-huh. Like he goes to make, for example, he goes to make a puzzle, feeds the birds, stacks rocks, swings from a swing, goes to clean, naps, and bathes in a fountain. I don't know why he bathes in a fountain. Doesn't the water mess him up?
Maybe so.
Yeah.
But so what do you like about the game? You said you're making a pattern. How do you make the pattern? What do you need to do to make the pattern?
See, there's these like cards that are like move. You can move gizmo anyone you want. This one you have to move exactly widget. If you want to move this card, you have to use widget. Uh-huh. And in this card, you can move gizmo or servo.
So you're using the cards to move the cards around to make a pattern?
Yes.
And you think that's fun?
Yes, but also here's the twist. You cannot go back to like your ordinary, back to a square. Uh-huh. No. You have to start from that shape and try to move it to the other shape. Uh-huh. Also, you have to make 7 shapes to win. It's not a 2-player game, so don't get thinking you can play it with your friend.
Yeah, but do you like that? Is it fun to be able to play a game by yourself?
Yeah, it's actually pretty cool. Maybe you're gonna win every time.
Are you? You've been playing on easy, so let's talk about that. You've only played on easy mode so far. I haven't pushed you to try the harder ones yet.
No, not yet.
Do you think the game is easy, hard, so-so? What do you think?
So. I haven't tried medium mode, but I definitely won't try hard.
You want to try hard?
No.
Oh, you don't want to try hard. You're afraid it's too tricky. So
Yeah.
on the easy mode with the 5 cards you've been playing, do you think it's too easy or is it still a challenge?
Still, it's kind of good, but when you run out of cards, you can't.
Well, if you run out of cards, you lose the game.
Yeah.
Did you ever run out of cards yet?
No,
Not
no,
yet,
no,
right, right.
I'm too good.
You're too good. Do you play a lot of games normally?
I don't play that much board games, but I love this game. This might be my favorite board game.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
that's great to hear.
Yeah.
Well, that's great. Is there anything else about it that you want to talk about that you didn't say yet?
Oh yeah, I have a theory.
Uh-huh.
See, you know how like there's the Mars rover searching Mars?
Uh-huh.
What if I think the people in this game live on Mars and they sent this rover to investigate Earth? Yeah.
Why is that your theory? Where does the theory come from?
Because normally rovers like they don't go to Earth. You already know a lot about Earth.
Uh-huh. True.
Yeah, and they normally go to space and stuff. But why is this rover on Earth?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Yeah. Yeah, that's my theory.
Great. So you would definitely recommend kids to play this game?
Yes, and maybe when you get older, you can play the harder version.
The more grown-up version.
Yeah,
Great.
harder version.
Well, thank you for your thoughts.
Peace.
Thanks, Wyatt. That was quite a bit more articulate than what I've been saying, I think. Anyway, with that said, I hope that was helpful for you to get a voice on this game that is actually sort of the core target audience for this game, and to sort of hear what he had to say about this game. It seems to me like he enjoys the game just like I enjoy the original game. So I hope that this was a good sort of look at this game. I hope that the playthrough was helpful for you. Again, very, very strong recommend from me for a younger audience who might be interested in a spatial manipulation kind of puzzle. Lots of thumbs up from me. I can't wait to see more in this universe. As I said, next week I'll have another video coming for you on Aqua Rove, and I will put the link to the Kickstarter campaign down below in the comments or in the description of the video as normal. As always, I hope that this video was helpful for you, and if it was and you did enjoy this video, please remember to like, subscribe, and click the bell icon below, and I'll see you all next time. Thanks.